What's going on? You locked in with the Innovators YouTube. You already know I got the best interviews right here, man. I got young Devyn in the studio. What's popping?
What's up? How you feeling?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
How's LA been for you so far?
Lit. Lit.
It's BT weekend. What you been doing?
Partying. Chilling. My friend's been sleeping, but
Damn,
I've been up.
They had you partying by yourself? Or?
Nah, it's like an up and down. Like it's like we'll be partying hard and then we'll just randomly be sleeping and then we'll get back up and party hard again. So
You from the East Coast? Has like the time change been messing you up a little bit?
a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I really didn't think so because I'm like 3 hours calm, but then I got here and it was like I'm calling people in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
It's daytime and nighttime. So yeah, it did mess me up a little bit.
Nah, every time I've been in New York, that shit fucks me up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I be missed half the day by the time I wake up.
Right.
Just to get into it though, like, how did you grow up? Was your parents around? Like, what was that like?
Yeah. I was with my mom, East New York, Brooklyn. That's kind of where I started. And then when I got a little bit older, my mom sent me like to Trinidad for a little bit, and that's kind of where I got my like Caribbean side and my Caribbean background because my whole family's from Trinidad. And then I came back to East New York. I lived in Canarsie for a little bit, and then I went back to East New York again. And then I just grew older, and then I just started like getting into my different loves for different music, different cultures, and I wanted to kind of like see both sides of me, like the Trinidad side and the Brooklyn side. So I started like digging more deeper into the music side.
How did you like moving to Trinidad?
I didn't really look at it as a move because I just feel like, every Caribbean parent ships their kid away to like Trinidad or like any island for like 8 weeks. And they're not living there, but they going for like.
What you was doing there? Why you're just embracing and seeing the
getting
culture,
bit by
like,
dogs? No, for real. I got bit by a dog in Trinidad before. But no, I was just having fun. Like I was with my cousins. We were just enjoying life, like. It just was open and free, and it's really just a great experience. I feel like every kid should experience it.
Nah, I'm Haitian. I wish my dad would have did some shit like I still ain't been to Haiti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I feel like you should have done it when you were a kid. Like it would have molded you partially for who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, for sure. Nah, I agree with that. I'm gonna still try to get out there soon.
You speak the language?
Nah. Do you speak Trinidadian?
What's Trinidadian, bro?
Is that not what the language? What's the language called?
English.
Y'all, they just speak English there?
Yeah.
Damn.
It's just with an accent. Like I could say something with an accent.
Yeah.
And then I could talk back regular.
Where is Trinidad at exactly?
It's like 2-3 hours away from Miami. Not that
Okay,
far.
not that far.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not just Haiti. Not that far either though.
Haiti's closer.
So like, were you a good kid growing up, or what was that like?
For the most part, I was a good kid. Like like I didn't give my mom any trouble that she knew of for a while. Like from my early from my early ages, I was really good because I was focused on music. I was focused on school, and then as I got older, clearly like middle school times, that's kind of when I started like stepping outside and gaining my interest for different things. So I kind of had to experience that stuff on my own. But like I always still made sure that I was like my mom always raised me with morals and respect. So I never was like a crash out. Like I got into my stuff, but I was never like in crash out situations because I always had a good head on my shoulders.
Yeah, which is good.
Yeah.
Sure. How do you feel about the New York music scene right now?
It's lit. I think New York is the wave. Everybody wants to be from New York. Everybody want to get sturdy. Everybody moving to New York. Everybody sounds like New York. So I think it's dope.
Yeah.
I think it's dope.
Yeah, how do you feel about your respect in the New York music scene? You feel like they sleep on you? You feel like they respecting it? How you feel?
Nah, I think it's lit. Like I haven't even put out that much music yet, and just like for the responses and the reactions and the cosigns and the things that I've done, like this artist that's been working for years and like haven't been able to do that. So I'm just super blessed and humble for the opportunities. Like me, even being here in LA, I'm from New York, so that's a blessing in itself. So I definitely think they respect me in New York. Yeah. But when the tape drop, is gonna be lit.
How does it feel though to be doing so much so fast? Are you taking it in, or you not really got the chance to take it in yet?
It's like yes and no. Like sometimes I sit down and I let it register, but like in the moment when everything is happening, it happens so fast. And then it's funny with me because every week something new is happening, or like every day I wake up and something new is happening behind the scenes that it's like I can't even tell people about. Like even before we even left here, something new happened. So it's like I just take it day by day. I really just try not to overthink anything. I just go with the flow.
it's been like a wave of female artists right now. Like the females is killing the shit right now. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about that right now?
Love it.
Women empowerment.
Love it.
Is there anything you want to say about the terrible Supreme Court ruling with the abortion shit? Do you have anything you want to say? Definitely want to give you my platform to.
You know, well, I don't really have much to say about it besides, I do definitely think that it's unfair. Like women should have a say for their bodies and, what they go about doing with it. So, it's always a fight. It's always a struggle. It's always going to be something unfair. And it's just, another thing that we got to worry about, another right that we got to protect. But, that's a part of the system.
Yeah, not for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So getting into music, like what age would you say you made your first song?
7. That was when I wrote my first song that I wrote was my first song that I put out. It was called The Islands. It was like a little soca song. And it ended up being like the biggest little kids Caribbean song. Like I went on tour. It was crazy when I dropped that song. Yeah, I was 7.
You went on tour at what age?
7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Wild. Definitely wild because at first, I wasn't even doing the kid shows. Like, it took me, 2 years into my career for me to start doing kid shows because I was getting booked for all the shows with the big adult soca stars. Like, I'm on tour with, the major stars. So, we go into St. Martin, Barbados, Antigua, Jamaica, Grenada, Guyana, back to back every single weekend.
Yeah.
And then, when I gained my fan base, when I actually dropped my first single, that's kind of when I became, that bigger star because I started having kids sing my music. And then I'm going to places I never heard of, like Anguilla, and selling it out 2 days in a row. Yeah. So that let me know, okay, I got something going.
Wait, so how old are you right now?
I'm 20.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been popping for a while.
Yeah.
That's tight. I think that's tight. That's hella young to be going on tour. I ain't gonna lie. So would you say your life was? It seemed like your life was.
It was fast.
It wasn't normal.
It was never normal. No, it wasn't normal because even let's say I even stayed in the hood, it still wouldn't have been normal that way. Thank God I didn't because, I maneuvered from a lot of situations. I still managed to get into a few, but.
So you went to regular school and all that?
Yeah, I went to regular school, public school. I was taking a bus and train to school. Because the funny thing with soca, right? It's it's not as mainstream yet. So it's you could be selling out a show in an island in Anguilla and be a superstar and need police escort and all of that, and then you come back to New York and could walk down the street and nobody knows you. Yeah. So it's I was living a double life type of thing. But all my friends and teachers and stuff they knew who I was already in school. I was the star of my school. Yeah, it was lit. It was that lit.
Have you ever had a regular job?
Never worked.
Never worked, never.
A regular job.
That's good. That's good. I can rock with that. What are some people you say influenced you musically?
Definitely a lot of the soca artists that I worked with, like Machelle, Lyrical. But when I first started rapping, it was Nicki Minaj, and then I fell in love with Meek, Jay-Z, DMX, Lauryn Hill. And then it just kind of grew over time, and I just started listening to hip hop, finding my favorite artists. So yeah.
Nah, I think that's super tight.
Mm-hmm.
Now your music is dope. Let's talk about the new single you just dropped, Decisions. What was the mindset for that record?
The crazy thing is Decisions is 3 years old.
Really?
Yeah. I had that record in the stash for mad long, but I just wanted to reinvent it. So I went back and I heard it. I'm yeah, this fire. I got to put it out and see because it's different. It's not drill. So it's a trap song. It's still the same energy, but a different bop. So it shows people that I could turn that switch on and off. And then, my label loved it. We shot the video. We put it out. And it was really just a concept of having a decision between, being a product of your environment, just choosing a better way of life, being flashy, having fun, doing what you want to do. So that's what it's about.
Yeah. What went into your decision to sign and get with a label?
We did a lot independently, from the soca catalog into me rapping. I was going viral. My first video I did of me rapping, my first freestyle video, it did 1 million views the first day. And then it did 3 million views by the third day. So it was I had a lot of moments me on Sway in the morning. I did the BT Cipher independent too. I was the youngest artist because I think their policy was you got to be 18 and I was 17. And they was we going to do it. So they ended up making me the youngest artist to do the Cipher ever. And then, like all of those accomplishments and accolades, it kind of just set me up in a good position when it was time to like sit down and talk to labels. So, we just got the right situation, and, it's a good time.
What would you say were some of like the hardest parts of being independent?
What's so crazy? Besides everybody just having a story of being broke, because, you in the hood, you want to come up.
Yeah.
I don't think it was any real hard times from in a sense of independence, because I just always never looked for that. Like, of course, it's a lot of no's, but I always just think whether you independent or not, it's gonna be closed doors, it's gonna be no's, it's gonna be ups, it's gonna be down. So all of those like low moments, like I just overlooked it because I knew that moment would come where I would get signed, or I knew that moment would come where I'll be on certain stages that I used to pretend that I was in my head. So it's like I just overlooked it. I really just stayed on my grind. I was posting videos. I just kept going viral because I just knew, one of these moments is going to catch more than I think. And it did. And, it got me my situation now.
So when you were making these videos, did you know they would go viral, or you were just hoping they would go viral?
I never even wanted to rap. Like, I never thought rap. What? If you would have told me that I would have been a rapper, I would have literally been weak. Like, I never wanted to rap. I never thought I had the capability to rap. Like, this was never a thing for me. Like, I literally just tried it one day and I got the hang of it. Like, I just felt like, I don't know, I looked at it as like a sport. And once I felt like I got the hang of it, I just kept working it. I kept working my muscle. I kept working my pen, my flows, my metaphors. And then once I realized I'm nice, I'm like, I could do something. So then I did my first freestyle video and it went viral, and that was my sign. Like, okay, you could do it.
And so, like, how did you become a good rapper? Like, you're writing?
Yeah, I just wrote every day.
Reading?
Like, I used to,
the...
my grandmother, because, from the Caribbean, I used to read a lot. And then I used to read through all the kids' books she would give me so fast. So one day she just made a joke and she just was like, you know what? Read the dictionary. And then every weekend I would come over, she would make me read the dictionary more and more. So I started like accumulating a lot of words. That's why I don't curse in my raps, because I don't have to. Like, I know words. Like, when people curse in their music, 99% of the time it's a word filler or a flow filler. If you know, you got to find words to fit that. You got to have a wide like vernacular to do that. So all of those little things, like, it played a role into me pushing my pen and figuring out the hang of things. And I got it at one point.
Is that something that you like wanted to do, or it just happened naturally as far as not cussing?
It just happened naturally, because it was like all my music that you hear from me, I wrote from 8 till now. So I was writing my music when I was 8 years old. I'm not cursing then. So as I evolved, I just used all of my same methods, but just got better at anything that I was doing. So it's like, if I wasn't cursing before, I didn't really feel like I had to jump out the gate, because whatever I'm saying, it feel like a curse, because people be hitting me like, yo, send me the clean version to your song. I'm like, bro, you have the clean version. Like,
it's all clean.
Yeah.
I think that's tight. When was your first Cipher?
Oh, with BT?
That was your first one?
No, my first Cipher, I was like, no, like, I had like a grind. Like, I was doing mad ciphers everywhere. Like, people really respect like me rapping in my city, because I really was putting in like the extra 10,000 hours. Like, I was really in ciphers, really going to rap shows, not even like to perform songs, like really to just rap and show people that I really have bars, and they was respecting it at 16, 17. But my first big cipher was BET in, when was that? 2019. Yeah.
You've been touring a lot. You've been all around the world. What is like the most people you've performed in front of?
Like 30,000 people.
And what was that? Where was that at?
In Trinidad, at the Haley Crawford Stadium. I was like 12.
Were you nervous? Like,
no.
You weren't nervous at all?
No. It's so crazy is that it was for there's soca artist Marshall Montano. He's like the biggest artist in the Caribbean. So he has his show called Marshall Monday in the stadium. It was sold out. And then I wasn't even supposed to be a part of the show. Like, he came on the side of the stage and he seen me, and we have a real close relationship. So he seen me and he was hyped. So he came over and he hugged me. I guess he was going to change his outfit while somebody else was performing. So I pulled him aside. I was like, yo, I want to perform. He's like, okay. So he walks over to his band, he whispers in their ear, and then he's like, all right, you performing in like 5 minutes. So he walks away, and then his team just told me like, yo, go to the side of the stage. So they put me on the side of the stage, they gave me a microphone, and I walked out, and I performed, and it was lit. Like, I was on the newspaper the next day. I was on the news. Like, it was crazy.
You made it sound just real easy, like it would, and then
It was. It just felt real organic. It did. It felt like I was in front of a big family.
I think that's good though that you're not nervous. A lot like some people be nervous as fuck before they
You
perform.
can be. You got to just go for it. You got to just go for it because you're going to miss a lot of opportunities, like overthinking it or being nervous. Like, even as I get older, because I know I used to be more outspoken when I was younger because it's like I don't care. I don't know no better. But, as you get older and you get jaded, you start, okay, like maybe not hit this person up. They might, be in a little mood. You might close opportunities. Like, no, I'm getting back into that mode of hit people up, build those relationships,
Yeah.
have those opportunities. Because, same way I was 12 and I asked him to perform, I made my opportunity. Like, so.
Nah, I think that's good, and some people would be too prideful to do shit like that. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's cool. What has your experience been as a female in the music industry?
It's lit. Like, I don't ever look at it like me as like a female. I just feel like it's just lit. Like, people really respect me like as an artist because when I play them my music and they hear like all the different elements of me and things like that, it's like, damn, you're not just a drill rapper, or damn, you're not just a rapper or a spitter. Like, you do everything.
Yeah.
So I never really had those like female type of issues because I never came into the game like I'm a female rapper or promoted that term. Like, I just was like, yo, I'm a rapper, I'm nice, and I'm gonna rap better than you, boy or girl. And then it's like I had to prove it. And then when I started proving it, people just started respecting it. So.
Do you feel like in New York specifically right now, that it's a lot of drill rappers, so it might like people might not respect it that much all the time?
You gotta just be nice. It's always a way, like when you're nice and when something is meant for you, it's always a way to cut through the noise. Like, I don't even drop as often as a lot of like other rappers. Like, they drop like 2-3 videos a month, and that's lit. I love that. Like, that guerrilla style, just going for it. I think that's dope. But every time I do drop, it's something legendary. It's something big, a moment happening. So, it's just once you find your way and your lane and your formula, you're going to cut through the noise every time. I don't even be like really worried about that.
Yeah, nah, I get you. As far as this new project that's coming soon, like what can you tell me about it?
It's different. It's definitely mature. It's definitely new vibes. It's definitely like a new sound, like things that you just haven't heard from, like, as you could say for the term female rapper.
Yeah.
It just like represents that everyday girl. Like, it's different moods. It's like happy songs, sad songs, drill songs, introspective songs, love songs.
Yeah.
So it's like it's a good mix of emotions.
Speaking of love, what is your ideal date? If you had to say.
One of them I did the other day.
Okay.
If I say it, I'm going to give it away. So I'm going to say my ideal date is probably dinner in the Eiffel Tower. Yeah.
You say you did that the other day?
No, not that.
Dinner at
I had
the Eiffel
two.
Tower.
I had two.
Okay.
And I did the other one the other day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, this other one would be dinner at the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty lit.
Yeah, the other one checked off.
Pretty, how would you describe yourself?
Powerful. Yeah, like, I definitely think it's powerful because I don't ever like look at myself as like a person or a rapper. Like, I just be looking at myself like a force, like an energy. Like, like when I was younger, I had a very bad disease and I really almost died. And then, the fact that like God saved me from that, I always knew I had like a purpose. So I always just looked at myself like a force. And then, yeah, so that's how I describe myself, like a powerful force.
Can you talk about that? What was the disease, or what was going on with that?
I was like 2 and I had it. It's like a very rare disease. Like, I don't know. I think it's like Japanese. It's called Kawasaki disease. And it basically just shut down my immune system. So like, I was 2, but I was like the size of like a 4-year-old because I was so swollen. So I would be in pain. I would be crying, but my tear ducts would be so swollen. My tears wouldn't even be able to fall. So it was swelling up my face. And like, it was to the point where I couldn't breathe. And the doctors really told my mom, they was like, like in 24 hours, we feel like you should start having like funeral arrangements because it's not looking too good. Because what happened was they ended up thinking that it was a virus. So they ended up giving me medicine that fed the disease because they didn't know better. So when my original doctor finally flew back in from California, she pulled up to the hospital and seen what was going on, and she took me, and then, they got me better. But yeah, I was in the hospital for 21 days just dying away. And I just felt like to come back from that, that's like a powerful thing. So I always knew like I had like a special purpose no matter what I went through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's crazy. And definitely, you bounce back and you making
Yeah.
things happen.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes to going out with the guy, do you feel that the guy should pay for everything, or do you feel like it should be 50-50?
I don't know, cause sometimes I like to, I like to step. I like to flex. I like to pay sometimes,
Yeah.
not for them, but for me.
Oh, not for the dude.
Nah, I'm not paying. You grown. That's crazy. You a
Okay.
grown man. You gotta be my dogs. Like my dogs, yeah. All right, I'm paying for the gang. Like we outside. But no, if you taking me on a date, I'm not gonna pay for you unless like we locked in or something. But I might step and I might pay for myself just to show like.
Just be like, I can't
Yeah.
do this shit.
Mhm.
Not for you. What are some things that you can't live without?
Well, number one, God, of course. My money and my babe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Those are good three. What's your favorite Trinidad food? Like,
Ooh, damn, that's hard. My favorite, I would say right now, my grown age, I'm gonna say I like bacon shark. Yeah.
what?
Bake and shark.
What
It's
is-
like
I was like, it's not shark, is it? No, I'm not.
it's actually shark.
Oh, it's actually shark.
Yeah, it's
what
real
does that
shark.
taste like?
It's fire. It tastes like fish. It tastes like regular like fried
Like,
fish.
What type of shark are we talking about here? Like,
Like a hammerhead shark. No, I actually don't know. I really don't know the type of sharks, but it tastes good. You should try it. It's literally, I don't want to describe it wrong, and then Trinidad jumps on my throat because they love me, and I don't want to violate that. But just search up bacon shark.
bacon shark.
Yeah.
I gotta check that out. That sounds crazy. Okay, then in New York, what restaurant would you go to, or what food did you like to eat the most in New York?
I really eat fast food if you want to be honest, but I like Brooklyn Chop House
Okay.
for sure. I like Julian for sure, but I want a good Caribbean place. What's a good Caribbean place? Yeah. Yeah, you said Negril? Yeah. Footprints, Lemongrass. There's a couple. There's a couple nice different places.
Yeah. Outside of music, what do you like to do?
I be chilling. Like outside of music before, I used to play basketball for a little bit. I was nice. Then I stopped.
Nice.
Yeah. I stopped, bad influences. But if I really stayed focused, I really would have been nice, really and truly. But besides that, I really be chilling. I really stay out the way because it's like I do work so much. So when I get time to like just lay back with my family, I just do that most of the time.
Are you a big family person?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always with my family. I'm always making sure that we're just doing something. You got to just stay active with your family, especially in this music business. Like, this game could take so much of your energy. And, like, the only people that could, like, give you that burst of energy back is, like, talking to your family. Like, I'll be having a bad day. And, like, if my nephew called me and we'll talk on the phone for 5 minutes, it'll just give me back that energy, So I always am big on family.
Do you believe in aliens or ghosts?
I believe in God. I don't know. I don't be getting into stuff like that really and truly. Like I said, I just be praying. Yeah. But ghosts for sure. Because the spirits. Yeah. Aliens, I'm not sure. I don't be getting into that.
Have you always been super like religious?
From younger. Because my whole family is like, I grew up in the church, basically. Like, I never went to church every single Sunday, but my aunt, she's a pastor. My other uncle, he owns a church. My other aunt, yeah.
Nah, I think that's good. I grew up in the church myself.
Yeah, church is lit. People sleep on church. I'm not gonna lie. Once you find your right church, church is dead
Yeah,
lit.
you gotta find your right church. And
Yeah.
you be in the dough for sure. What are some of your goals for the rest of the year?
For the rest of the year, I definitely want, to put out my EP, be really successful. I have a really huge hit coming in like 2 weeks. So I'm really excited because I've been holding on to it for like 8 months. So it's finally time to drop it, and it has like a big feature on it, and I'm just like excited to see how it does.
Is it hard for you to hold on to a song for that long?
Yes and no, because I definitely understand the business of things, and I definitely also understand like divine timing. Like, there's a time and a place for everything, and God is not gonna, give you anything when you're not supposed to have it. So I never try to overthink things too much. Like, if it's giving me too much pushback, it's like I understand, and I just let the universe work it out. So it's like, this was a record that 8 months ago, I literally was no possible way of me even getting it cleared. So the fact that it could go from that to me putting it out in 2 weeks, that's God. So I just be chilling.
Yeah.
I be chilling.
Nah, I get you. Nah, you're right though. That the industry shit, you gotta.
Yeah. You gotta understand it, or you about to be walking in buildings throwing papers. Like you gotta really just buckle down and understand it. But I love it though. I love it.
If someone never heard a song from you, which song would you tell them to listen to?
That's tough. I would just probably say Straight to It because it really gets straight to the point. Like it just tells who I am, where I'm from, what I do, what I'm about, and it's fast. So yeah, I would say Straight to It.
Okay. Let me see here. If you could relive your life, is there anything you would change?
A couple. I'm gonna give the regular answer and then I'm gonna give like the proper answer. Like the proper answer is no. In reality, I don't want to change anything, because it all worked out. But yeah, of course, I just feel like there's a couple decisions that I've made in my life that I feel like I didn't have to make. But it all really and truly is a part of the journey. It's a part of like going through those experiences, getting smarter, and just learning from it. Like I learned like not to really live with regret no more. Just learn from mistakes, go through the days, and just keep it pushing.
Nah, I get you.
Yeah.
If you could pick yourself to be any animal in the world, what would it be and why?
A baby goat.
A what?
A baby goat. They fire. They fire.
Nah, I respect that for sure. In the new music industry, sometimes they force women to sell sex. Is that something that's ever like been brought to you, or something that you ever feel like you had to stay away from? Or
bro, I got a hoodie on, chains, and no makeup on, and I'm outside.
Yeah.
Never.
It's different.
Never. Like the talent speaks for itself, and I talk about it in my songs. Like I really make sure I talk about it, so it's like, yeah, when you listen to me, like I say, like got me an M and I ain't even twerk. I'm saying it, so you're gonna hear it. Like, oh no, she's standing in that, because I just want to bring back normality. Like I feel like it's a space for that. I love it. I feel like it liberates women and makes women feel sexy, and I also just want to bring that normal side to women as well, like just that everyday girl, but still fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I fuck with that for sure. Just be yourself, and you don't have to like fall into other people's standards or what they think you should
exactly
be. Nah, I rock with you for that for sure. Is there any artist that gave you advice or showed you love or like along the way?
It's so many artists. Like I would like hate to name artists and then forget, because it's so like literally so many artists. I have so many rapper friends like Fabio, Bobby, Rowdy, Cardi, Offset, Nicki. Taraji. She's another one. Like she's a actress, but she's been showing me love since day one. Like she was one of the first celebrities to ever post me or even give me a platform. Like she turned me from like 15K to like 30K overnight when she posted my video. Like I felt like the greatest thing ever. I did.
That's
so
lit. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Nah, I think that's dope, and I think it's cool that people rocking with you, and I can tell that you genuinely just being yourself. Like
yeah, and I really don't even be thinking people know me. Like it's always a surprise. Like I would never. I don't care how big I get. Like it'll never be like, yeah, like you're supposed to know me. Like celebrities be hitting me up, and I just be confused. Like, yo, this is crazy. Even like influencers too.
Nah, that's the power of the internet now.
Yeah, it's like you're one push away from sitting in a celebrity lap. Like you gotta just do it. That's why I tell people all the time. Just do it.
What's the biggest lesson you learned in the industry so far?
The biggest? Definitely, you gotta just pay attention. You gotta just pay attention and be humble doing it. But you got to just pay attention to everything. Don't let anybody walk over you. Don't let people shift your energy, shift your lane, shift your vision. Because a lot of times it'll be like you'll have an idea and then you say your idea to your team. And now that's like playing telephone. You're going to say the same sentence and people going to interpret it 8 different ways, 10 different ways. And then that's how your dreams kind of start getting disheveled. Like you got to really make sure you adamant on sticking to your vision and making sure your team knows that and execute that. And whether if it's a win or a loss, you had that loss knowing that that's what you wanted to do, But yeah, I just say stay humble, pay attention, because it's a lot of different things and different angles and different hidden agendas. So once you pay attention, you should be good. Like, because I stay out the way. I really and truly stay out the way. And when people play me, I just laugh. Yeah.
Is that something that you say you've come across? People try to switch your vision, or
Yeah, that definitely happens, especially you being a young artist. Like you'll have an idea, and adults will probably try to come in and switch it. But people always knew with me, like you could never really tell me what type of song to make, what to do, how to dress, how to act, how to talk. Like everything has always been me. Like I just always had a team to just amplify whatever I'm doing. So and it's because I give that energy. Like I'm very well spoken. I know how to execute my plans. So people know to they can't really just walk all over me.
how hard was it to find a team for you?
It wasn't, because everything happened organic. Like I never overthought it. Like I didn't even overthink the music thing. I never had dreams on doing music. Like when I was a little girl, I never was like, when I get old I want to be a singer. Like I just performed in my school talent show, and I started getting booked for shows, and it grew from there. But I never had like big aspirations. So my team just grew along the way of just me meeting people and just really having genuine relationships. And that comes with, like I said, me being humble, because people just see my energy on and off stage and really just genuinely want to help me get to the next level, because they see the talent, but I also have the heart behind it. Like, nah, she's a good person.
If you didn't see yourself doing music, what did you see yourself doing?
Getting bready.
You just knew you was gonna get to the money regardless.
Yeah, no, yeah, for sure. For sure.
I rock with that for sure. I'm excited for the new project to drop. Is there anything else you want to share before you get out of here?
Yeah, no, Baby Go 2 is on the way. Decisions just dropped. I'm excited about it. The video is out. It's going crazy. Jagger with Fabio is coming out in 2 weeks. I'm excited for that too. And we about to be lit. It's about to be a great year. The deluxe is on the way too. We just dropping a lot of music. Foot on necks. Just doing a lot of big stuff this year.
For my final question, I want to ask you. Say you was able to go back in time and talk to your old self for about 5 minutes, or your younger self. What would you tell yourself?
Don't stop. Don't stop. Anytime you feel like stopping, don't stop, girl, because it's a big check waiting for you. It's opportunities waiting for you. It's Rolling Loud waiting for you. It's Cardi B. It's superstars waiting for you. Don't stop, because it's lit on the other side. Really. Yeah.
We got young Devyn in the building. You already know. Dope interview on the way. Y'all make sure to tap in, follow her, check out her new music.
Yeah.
It's only going up for her.